Hi, this is Miss Coe, and I'm going to take you through how to do a sample paragraph that is focused on theme. So I've opened my Google Doc here, and the first thing I'm going to do is put a heading. So I'm going to click on my right justify, and I'm going to type my name. And I'm going to put my period, which this year our periods are all mixed up, so you may not remember what period you have, and the date. Okay. I go back into the middle and I type a title. So I'm going to do long walk home in quotation marks because it's the title of a short story, and then I'm going to write paragraph or theme paragraph, whatever you'd like to do. Then I'm going to hit left justified. I'm going to tab in because we always tab 5 spaces in when we do a paragraph. So when I take a look at my graphic organizer that I've filled out, and as part of this assignment, there's a graphic organizer for you to kind of plan. You really need to make sure that you follow the format that we've given you. So it starts out with a topic sentence. So in this case, we can pick one of the topic sentences in the packet, or we can make up one of our own. So I'm going to say, in the story, a long walk home, Jason learns that telling the truth is the right thing to do. Okay. Then I have my CD number 1, evidence from the story. And when we do a theme paragraph, we want to talk about like what's happening earlier in the story, because we want to focus on then how that main character changes. So I might say something like, at the beginning of the story, or for example, or something like that. We can say, for example, and then we can say, when showing up 2 hours late to pick up his father, Jason lies about his whereabouts, but his father calls to check. Calls the garage to check on his story. Okay, then we get into the commentary. What does this say, or what does this show, or what's the message? Remember, your commentary is your opinion and analysis of the story. It's not a summary of the story, but commentary is your opinion analysis. So we just can give our opinion here. And again, you can use my commentary, or you can make up your own. It'd be great if you want to try to make up some of your own analysis of the story. Try not to use the word I. But if I'm giving an opinion, you can say something like, Jason didn't want his dad to get angry. So he makes up a lie. But then it backfires on him. And, you can, again, write whatever you'd like there, but it needs to be opinion or analysis, okay? And then you can add a second line of commentary. Jason's dad must have been disappointed in his son when he learned the truth, okay? Something like that. We've got one chunk there of a CD plus 2 cm. Then we go into the second chunk, and the second chunk is like what happens at the end that kind of shows the growth or change in the character. So then we need a transition. We need to say, at the end of the story, and then his dad says, and we put it in a quote, we can say, Jason's dad tells him, and then we have a quote here. I'm disappointed that you feel you have to lie to me, Jason. Okay? And then we put the page number. Okay, so when you do a quote, you type in what you directly copied from the story. If you ever directly copy a line from the story, we have to put it in quotation marks with the page number. All right, and then we have a couple more sentences of commentary. How does Jason then feel? How must Jason have felt when his dad decides, to walk home? And it's like Jason's dad is sad, is sad that he can't trust his son, and and he loves his son and hopes he raised him correctly, whatever you'd like to put there, whatever you'd like to put that ties in with the end of the story. And then you have the end, and, the dad is punishing himself because he says, I must not have raised you correctly. So he said, Jason must have felt terrible and learned his lesson in seeing his dad punish himself at the end. Okay? And we have one more thing before we can finish off our paragraph, and that's our closing sentence. The closing sentence restates the theme in a new way. We don't exactly copy the topic sentence, but we have a wrap up to the paragraph. And what is the final lesson there? Okay? So we can say something like, in the end, or in conclusion, Jason learns that it is always best to tell the truth. Okay, so just to reiterate, we have our topic sentence with the title of the story and your theme. Then we have an example from the story earlier in the story with 2 sentences of commentary. And then we have what happens at the end of the story. We have a quote or a paraphrase, and then 2 sentences of commentary. And then we have a closing sentence. All right, so you're welcome to take this example, pull ideas from it. If you get stuck, you can copy some of the sentences directly, because this first time we're just using it as a practice. And then we'll go from there.